This is an organization which does just what its name says, lends their heart, especially to support children and young adults that are dealing with cancer. It's there to also help families whose kids have been affected by this insidious disease, and creating unique opportunities, a very creative way using social media to help those families who really need help. So all the money that you spend here tonight, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate it because it's going to help people who really are in need. So thank you for making this a special night. The driving force behind this dinner, behind this event, behind this organization is a woman who is as strong as they come. Last year, we had this event up here, late February, and right after that, she got word that she was dealing with her own problems, life-threatening potentially, that she needed some help because of a heart issue that required not one, but 2 open heart procedures. She's very lucky to have Dr. Ray Menza here on her side from Allegheny Health Network, and he played a key role. And you never know it. They do great work. Through that personal ordeal, the one thing I can tell you is she never lost her focus about this event, about this cause, about this organization. She worked tirelessly, and through it all, put this all together. And she does it with such grace. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, the lady who makes it all possible, Vasso Paliouras.
Holy cow. Thank you, Bob. Gosh, I have so much I want to say tonight, and I try to keep things short and sweet, but please bear with me as there's so many great things I want to mention. First, Bob, I can't thank you and your beautiful wife, Lisa, enough for being here with us and for all that you do. You helped make this a very special event. So thank you very much for your friendship and your encouragement. I'm so happy all of you are here with us tonight. Lending Hearts was founded on the basis of love, compassion, and always giving back. My grandmother, Sofia Buzos, I know some of you here know her, has many special, unique sayings that are all to herself. But the one that she always seems to say during every phone conversation we have is, she always said, remember, to get love, you must give love. Now, in her 5-foot high stature and heavy Greek accent, of course, it comes across a little different, but the message is always the same. And I'm thankful that all of you are here this evening to share your love, and I'm overjoyed to have this opportunity to express my never-ending list of gratitude to all of you. We are in the middle of Lending Hearts' 4th year, and I am in awe of the great blessings that we have had in our growth that we have experienced. Each of you holds a very special part in that. And before I speak further about the past year, I'd like to recognize and give thanks to the many wonderful individuals and businesses who have made this evening possible. Thank you to our mission sponsors, Pittsburgh Magazine, Regis and Helene McQuaid, Master Remodelers, and Rainia's Catering. I'm sorry Rainia and Stephen Harris were unable to be with us this evening, but they send their regards. Thank you to our Gold Ribbon sponsors. We are grateful for your continued support of our friends at Allegheny Health Network, Highmark, and PNC. Thank you. Thank you to Mrs. Saris and everyone at Saris Candies for continuing to support our mission and for the beautiful boxes of chocolate that each of us has this evening. It is with great appreciation that I welcome Takeda Oncology and the Lynch's Seymour Group of Wells Fargo Advisors as our Gold Ribbon sponsors this year. Thank you very much. And thank you to UPMC Cancer Center for your years of support in so many ways. I'd like to extend a special thank you to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Michelle Rosenthal. We are honored to have Aaron Smith and his family with us tonight. Thank you to our Purple Ribbon sponsors. Welcome and thank you, Archipelago. Celgene and Desmond Architects, we thank you for your years of continued support. And thank you to our friends at Oncology Hematology Associates. And thank you very much for the beautiful videography always created by our friends at Postscript Productions. For this year's event, we decided to have our own in-house auction, silent and live auction this year. So I'd like to extend a special thank you to those at Genentech who came to my home a few weeks ago and gave so much effort into wrapping and packaging and bundling all the wonderful items that you see upstairs. I'm very excited to have my living room back, so. And I'd also like to say many thanks to our friend Meryl Hodge. Meryl, it has been an honor and a privilege to call you a friend, and thank you for all of your support. Meryl gave a beautiful interview this morning on Pittsburgh Today Live, in case any of you saw it. And during your whole interview, my mother was texting me, I'm crying, so it doesn't take much, but thank you for pulling that out of her. And thank you to Anna and Ed Dunlap for generously underwriting this event. I also have to extend great thanks and love to all of the members of our Gala committee, our board of directors, and board of advisors. Thank you, Matthew Benza, Mary Jo Capizzoli, Michelle Lebo, Karen Peterson, Denise Sokis, Jessica Tonti, and Constance Otis. To our fearless leader, chairman of the board, Fozzie Greavy, chairwoman, Rebecca Rickard, secretary Shane Wheeler, and treasurer Michelle Eichler. To our board members, Tris Coffin, Mary Nell Cummings, Christina Dickerson, Susan Frank, Patricia French, Chad Hilliard, Jennifer Ignema, Tim King, Dr. Mara Krasinski, Regina Quinn, Dr. Karma Repchek, Susan Ross, Michael Shulock. And to our board of advisors, John Bettis, Michael Callaghan, Tom Conaboy, Margaret Diamond, Janelle Hall, Don Ickert, Danita V. Knight, Charlie LaValle, Dr. Stanley Marks, George Omidos, and Dr. George Sokis. I'm grateful for the compassion, guidance, advice, and friendship from each of these individuals. Thank you. The vision and dream for Lending Hearts began 11 years ago in February 2004. On February 4th of that year, my baby sister celebrated her 17th birthday. The next morning, she was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's disease. That same exact morning, in that same exact hour, I was told that the unborn baby that I was carrying should be terminated, as it was going to be born completely deformed. This was my second baby, and my oldest was only 16 months old. The weight of the world fell down upon us that day, and I truly believe both happened at the same time to better help us deal with each ordeal. My baby was born that July, a beautiful, healthy little boy. He is now very manly at 10 years old. He is. I think he's growing a mustache. After him, I had another little girl, and I am forever grateful to have my sister who continues to flourish in remission. During those brutal months and the years after, the idea for Lending Hearts was always in my mind. I needed to give back for all that my family and I had been given. I had to lend my heart to others, to those who could benefit from social and emotional support outside of the hospital setting. In 2011, I finally shared my thoughts with my dear friend, Dr. Stanley Marks, and then to others who slowly came together to form our first board. Their encouragement and support started it all, and I am forever thankful to them. As you can see by the creation of this organization, I am a true believer that every event, every milestone, and every individual is placed in our lives for a reason, and at a certain time for that reason. As Bob mentioned, that again became very clear to me last January. Last winter, I just wasn't feeling well. I was tired, I was run down, but I just figured it was January in Pittsburgh. Mother of 3, right? And I noticed that my hands and feet were starting to not be their usual color. That's when 2 very special angels entered into my life. They are Dr. Edwina Benza and Dr. Georgine Snyder Petrovich. I had only just met them, but they made a huge difference on me being here today with you. One day over coffee, Edwina so sweetly tried convincing me that I should see her wonderful husband, Dr. Ray Benza. I distinctly remember saying to her, "Oh no, he sees really serious patients. I don't belong there." When we left the coffee shop, I remember that I could barely get to my car, which was parked across the street. When I got inside my car, I texted Edwina, maybe I should talk to Ray. I got the appointment set for exactly 1 week after last year's gala. Although I had the appointment, I was still very skeptical in going. I truly thought it was going to be a waste of time. And anybody who knows me, I am very time efficient. And that's where lovely Georgine stepped in and put her foot down very hard. And she made sure I went to that appointment. She sat through every last test with me and even brought her husband Jeff so he could keep company with my husband. She even sat with me during our time with Dr. Benza. And I will never forget Dr. Benza turning to us and saying, "I don't know how you're alive right now. You are going to die. You will be out somewhere one day at some moment and you're not going to make it home." And it was at that exact moment that I realized this wasn't a waste of time. And my 3 babies flashed before my eyes. And as everyone knows, Lending Hearts is my 4th baby. So I felt complete devastation at that moment. And all I could think of was the irony of starting an organization called Lending Hearts, and now mine was the one in such disrepair, or need of repair, I should say. Surgery was a success, but last month we had to go back in for another one. I am now 5 weeks post-op and doing well. Ray, I hope from here out I only see you in social settings. Edwina, Ray, Georgine, and Jeff, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be here today. And I know there are others who played a part in that and they're not here with us, but I can never thank you all enough. Your huge heart saved mine. I must say a couple more thanks before we move on. First, a very large thank you to our Lending Hearts families. I am beyond thrilled that some of you are here with us this evening. You are the soul of this organization and why we do what we do. I am so grateful for every family for allowing me and Lending Hearts into their lives. Every family has their own special place in my heart, and I take them with me everywhere. So thank you for having that place. And last but certainly not least, it would probably be really wrong of me to not acknowledge the man who allows me to do everything, who does put his foot down when he needs to, but it pushes me when I need it. My husband, or else he would never allow me to follow this dream. I would be the mom, chemical engineer I am, but thank you. Over the past year, Lending Hearts saw amazing growth. We started First Fridays with Lending Hearts at Children's Hospital. The first Friday of every month, we would provide a full lunch to all the families on the 9th floor of Children's Hospital. We also provide Giant Eagle gift cards, which are distributed to those the hospital deems in need. In October, we kicked off 2 new annual events. The first was called Kites Take Flight for Childhood Cancer at Highmark Stadium. This was a free and open to the public event to encourage everyone to bring a kite or come and decorate a kite and raise awareness of childhood cancer and young adult cancer. We were very thankful to have Dr. David Parda, WPXI's Kara Sapaida, WTAE's Mike Harvey, KDKA's Dennis Bowman, and our teen ambassador, Sydne Ballengee, be part of this special event. We are looking forward to this event again this fall. Of course, once we know the Steelers' schedule, we could not plan that far. And welcome all of you to come out, bring your families, your colleagues, encourage your community, and join us to fly a kite. Also in October was our first annual school nurse seminar called What You Need to Know, Students with Cancer. We did this together with the oncology department at Children's Hospital. Our program was approved through the state, and we were able to provide all of our nurses continuous ed credits. Because of the great response from that event, some of our guests reached out to the Pennsylvania School Nurse and Practitioners Organization. This organization has in turn invited Lending Hearts and Children's Hospital to present during their conference at the end of next month at Penn State. In helping us to prepare for this evening's event, some very special friends decided to throw their own version of a party for a purpose. They called it a Mad Men party, as it was a playoff of the 1960s-inspired television show. In October, Regis and Helene McQuaid of Master Remodelers so generously offered their home, and with co-host PNC Bank's Tara and Tom Taucher, Bristol Myers Squibb, Karen Peterson, and Cognition Therapeutics, Dr. Hank Saferstein, about 75 guests came to the home of the McQuaids to dine on the wonderful 1960s-inspired meals created by Raina Harris, as well as provide many of the great silent and live auction items we have upstairs for you tonight. As you may see in your program booklet, there are many who contributed to this year's silent, live, and cocktail auctions, and we are very appreciative to every one of them. In addition to presenting at the conference next month and hosting another school seminar in the fall, Dr. Peter Shaw at Children's Hospital and I discuss expanding our education efforts by hosting a seminar focused on the student health centers at our area-wide universities. We are looking forward to presenting this in May of this year. We are very excited about our plans and our plans ahead for community outreach and education. As these efforts have grown, so have our direct programming efforts with our families. Over the past year, we have seen a 78% increase in the number of families participating in our monthly experiences. We have been able to provide consistent and unique educational and recreational opportunities with thanks to your support. These are the opportunities for families to get together, to share, and to relax. I've had families tell me for the longest time that they weren't able to go anywhere or to do anything during their treatment time, or even after, because it was a change. Our monthly experiences are the times that can make a difference, to not feel alone, but to share in an afternoon together. This evening, we are sharing with you one of those memorable activities. In January, we took a group to the Andy Warhol Museum. With great friends, thanks to our friends Cara Lavario and Donald Warhola, our families created the beautiful centerpieces you have before you this evening. Cara taught them the process of screen printing and spoke about the art of Andy Warhol. Donald shared the private life of his family. It was a morning everyone will remember always. Thank you, Cara and Donald. And just last month, we started a new chapter in our programming, and that is through the creation of Life Online, the social mobile app for Lending Hearts. We couldn't be more pleased to be working with the advisors and graduate students at Carnegie Mellon University's Entertainment Technology Center in creating this new platform. The students are here with us this evening: Sam, Hillman, Wei, Hannah, Ricci, and Cheryl Jean, and advisor Dave Solba. John Dessler was unable to be here, but we thank them all for their talent and vision. Our Lending Hearts families will get to go to the ETC next month and begin play testing, and we look forward to the app being ready at the end of the semester. With your help, our goal is to continue to develop the app each semester at CMU with another group of graduate students. They will each build new games and life within the app based on the previous students' creations and feedback from our families. This app will allow our Lending Hearts families to be connected at any time and from anywhere. There aren't any issues of distance or well-being. Users will feel free and feel part of a new world of all their own, to express themselves through creativity and gameplay, encourage each other, and learn. We hope all of you will have a chance to play our app and encourage the development of it. Now, with all that has taken place over the past year, we were inspired to have a second award that we will present this evening and from here on out. It is appropriately called the Lending Hearts Ambassador Award. I am honored to say a few words about the person who inspired this award, Ms. Sydne Ballengee. Days after my first surgery, I received a phone call from Sydne's mom, Susan. She said that Sydne learned about Lending Hearts through a classmate and that she was looking for an organization that she could get involved with that would interest her as a part of her upcoming bar mitzvah. Sydne is an extremely kind and compassionate young lady. Her interest in being part of Lending Hearts went well beyond preparing for her bar mitzvah. Rather, she continued the quest of lending her heart to others, and from the beginning, we named Sydne our teen ambassador because of her efforts in reaching out and sharing our mission with the community and the importance of peer support. We are also very proud and honored that Sydne will continue in this role, but she will need to join us again next year to present the award to the next deserving honoree. This evening, we'd like to present the first ever Lending Hearts Ambassador Award to Sydne Ballengee. Come on up, Sydne.
I'm so honored to be a part of this amazing organization, and I have been so inspired to get to know Vasso and everyone else at Lending Hearts, and I'm so happy to be a part of this amazing experience. Thank you.